This is my MatchStick shooter, a print-in-place model with compliant mechanics. What makes it special is that the matches actually ignite. In this video, I'll demonstrate how the shooter works, and finally, I'll show you how to build your own. Enjoy! Here lies the origin of all evil. The simple print-in-place toy crossbow I constructed, and a matchbox. Somehow, I thought it might be possible to combine these things to create a model that is able to shoot fire arrows. And after a few adjustments, this model emerged. It's essentially based on the same principle as the crossbow, but with a twist. Instead of firing arrows, it's been modified to load matches. Moreover, I've included the striking surfaces from the matchbox onto the model. They are positioned to make contact with the matchstick head, so when triggered, the matchstick will be pushed forward, creating friction and igniting. Enough talk, let's put it to the test. This is disappointing. Neither did the match ignite, nor was it shot off. To test if the idea works and the match ignites, I applied a bit more pressure on the friction surfaces. Let's give it another try. Fantastic. That worked already. Now, all that's left is to nail down the shooting aspect. And I already have an idea. In this model, I simply moved the friction surfaces backwards. So now, one needs to insert the matchstick in reverse, with the match head facing backward. The dimensions were carefully selected to ensure that the friction surface applies gentle pressure on the match head. Well, now the shooting works, but igniting should also be solvable this way. It's possible that the pressure applied by the friction surfaces is too low again. I then looked for a matchstick that is thick enough to definitely exert sufficient pressure on the match head, thereby ensuring it receives enough friction. Excellent. The match ignites and flies away. However, its function is heavily dependent on the dimensions of the match head, so whether the match ignites or not is more a matter of luck. This is the final model of the shooter. In order to function reliably, the pressure on the match head must be consistent for each matchstick. Therefore, I made the friction surfaces movable, as you can see here. The pressure is now applied manually by hand. Let's put it to the test. Now that we have a reliable model that works with almost every matchstick, I will show you how to build your own shooter. First, you'll need to download the 3D print files from MakerWorld. Once you've done that, you'll have to select the model you prefer. They only differ in their strength. I choose the stronger model because it shoots further. When it comes to the printing settings, you don't need to worry about a thing. Just stick to the standard settings. Okay, let's start printing this model. Alright, let's take a look at our printed model here. Firstly, ensure that you're able to cock the shooter and that the trigger mechanism is functioning properly. Next, it's important to check that the contact surfaces are able to move smoothly. Now we need a matchbox. We have these two options here, the box with the continuous striking surface and the dotted one. I can discern that the continuous striking surface works much better, therefore we'll opt for these. Take a pair of scissors and cut out the striking surfaces, just like I'm doing here. The matchbox is glued together at this point, so I need to separate it first. Now we need to insert the cut friction surfaces into the model. To do this, we start on one side and follow the slot. Just make sure the striking surface is facing towards the center. When you reach the end, you can press the friction surface in completely. Continue with the other side. Oh yeah, we did it. The model is finally done and ready to rock. Now let's kick things up a notch. Grab a match and let the fun begin. Just make sure you're outside and remember, we're aiming for intentional flames, not unintended ones. Safety first, fun always. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, please consider subscribing. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.